Good day, everybody. Welcome to Fallout76 Beginner's Guide. It's yours truly, Bernie P here, and today we're going to discuss what is one of the best places to go to kind of settle down your camp. And today we're going to discuss Flatwoods as one of the possibilities where you could start off with your camp and some of the benefits that this location has to offer. So let's dig in right away. Okay, so some of the things that I look for in Fallout 76, especially a location like Flatwoods, and the reason why I chose Flatwoods, if we go into the map, you can see that Fallout 76 is right here. This is where you're going to come from, and you're going to eventually, you can probably go in any direction, but usually the game is going to kind of push you towards Wayward, and then of course the next town you would want to visit that has pretty much everything you're going to need would be Flatwoods. Well, what does Flatwoods have? Well, Flatwoods has a lot of things. It has a small town that has a vendor shop that will allow you to sell your items, to make caps, or places that have locations that have workbenches that you can use to either scrap or repair your armor. So the town pretty much has everything that you need. And of course, other materials like wood is abundant here. We have some iron ore minerals, steel, and of course plenty of mobs to attack and take out in the game so that it can help you boost your experience during the gameplay. So since I started playing Fallout, and I've only just started playing recently, that's why a lot of these videos that I'm creating are basically for beginners who are trying to familiarize themselves with locations. Now, some people who play Fallout are there actually are two different types of people play Fallout, as far as I can see. There might be a third variation or category, but for me it's all about grinding and construction. I like to build. Unfortunately, this is only what I have right now. This is my location. I am located in Flatwoods, and I set up a vending machine here so that newcomers that come in will have an opportunity to get some armor, purified water, and stuff like that. Now, the reason why I decided to stay here is because of the ability to rank up in experience and gather materials for construction and building. Flatwoods has everything that you need, and it's kind of located in the middle of some other locations that you can easily go out and adventure and then return back to your home base or your camp and reap the rewards of your materials that you've collected. Now, one of the things you're going to see while in Flatwoods, now I'm going to show you where I am on the map. I am not in the town itself. I'm just on the outskirts. I'm located right here. This is my camp, and this is my vendor shop. And as you can see, it runs through a bit of a river here. Now, some of this river is dry bed, so it has exposed a lot of wood materials. Now, you can go through here and collect as much wood as you want. Some will give you a different variations in quantity depending on the size of the log, I do believe. And also here it becomes very active, but I kind of want to show you the amount of wood that is available here. Now you don't get the nice pretty stacks of wood that you normally would come across, but nevertheless this does give you I think a little bit more terms of the amount of wood that you would normally collect. And if you also have the perk for collecting wood, you can easily double or triple the amount of wood that you collect. Um, so Flatwoods has plenty of wood that you can collect for building wise, and that's one of the main features I like about Flatwoods here. Secondly, on the list that I have for Flatwoods is mining. You can find deposits of iron, steel, I believe. Here we have a steel deposit that I am linked up to, and I'm refining the metals and pulling it out with this steel refining machine. So that's one of the benefits of settling down in Flatwoods, is that you can find a location like this area that has a deposit. Now there are other small deposits, of course, later around Flatwoods, but depending on how far you are, you might not be eligible for any of the daily events that take place here in Flatwoods, like fertile soil, for example, where you have to take out the farmer robots and reboot the computer system. It's very limited in the distance and how close you can be away from that location, and it might not allow you to collect the rewards. So you have to be careful of that. But Flatwoods does have a few locations here that you can mine resources from and take advantage of that as well. So that's my second favorite thing here about Flatwoods. Thirdly on my list is food. Once in Flatwoods and you do a little bit of scavenging, you will come across a lot of radiated food. Now the difference between, of course, we all should know that radiated food does not spoil, but when eaten does give you radiation. Now to avoid that, of course, you can go out and kill some Brahmin, which are available in the town, and use that meat and cook it up. But you also have to make sure that these things are either eaten or disposed of, because they will spoil and add weight. So you have to constantly check to make sure that these goods that are spoilable get used or disposed of. We're going to go take a look within Flatwoods town and just kind of give you a little idea of what type of place or what type of food you can get, and take a little look around and see what's available. As I make my way into Flatwoods, from where I am camped, you'll come through this campsite that will have always a couple of ghouls that are spawning here. So we're going to take these guys out. Unfortunately, my aim is a little off. There we go. So now you can come in here and collect all the materials that are available within the camp. But the good thing about this camp, once you have these feral ghouls taken care of, you can make use of this camp if you are not situated yet with your own camp, or need food. You'll come across here and you'll always get some rad stag and some hide that you can cook and use to keep yourself alive and sustainable. Now through here, where you can, like I said, you got some Brahmin that are here. You will get some achievements, I do believe, for killing a certain number of Brahmin. But if you need meat, Brahmin are very plentiful here. you will come across things like potato plants, mud fruit, silt beans. So there's plenty of things here you can use to sustain yourself in Fallout 76. Now, while you're in Flatwoods and you do a little exploring, you'll come across some other places like this. It is very important that you understand the type of materials that you want. That's why my fourth thing I like about Flatwoods on my list is the amount of junk and scrap you can get while staying here. Now, if the server is busy, sometimes you'll come across a situation where there's nothing to pick up. But as you can see here behind me and all around me, there are plenty of things that I can collect, either keep for my own personal scrap use, or just take it and sell it to the vendor, which will be the next thing that we'll be discussing that's available here in Flatwoods. So the next thing on my list is vendors. This is one of the things that I really like about having a camp located near here, is that I can always come here and sell off my scrap or junk and make a little bit of caps. Like I said, throughout the town of Flatwoods, you'll come across many different workbenches so that you can repair or scrap metal as well, or other things. But as you also need to, at some point, start selling your stuff. So having a vendor available is very useful. Upon entering the building, usually there is a robot here that will sell you stuff that's supposed to be here. But due to either bug issues or just the fact that the robot roams around a lot, and I'm going to take all this material while I'm here. There's plenty of stuff to collect. Like I said, all you have to do is just do a little exploring, and you'll come across things that you can do pretty much every time you come in and things regenerate itself or respawn in this world. You can come back and collect the stuff again and again and again and sell it to the vendor. Now, where is the vendor? The vendor, well, he sometimes comes over here and hangs out. He likes to go for a walk. So either if he's not behind the desk and you want to wait for him to come back, that's not a problem. All you have to do is just walk over here. Look, you see? He's all the ways over there. Why? I don't know. And I don't like being there because it activates fertile soil, which kind of brings you kind of close to all those robots. But you can just wait for him to kind of walk a little bit over, or just go up and see him and interact with him. And you can go ahead and sell any of the junk that you don't want to keep. And that stuff that you want to keep, well, I guess you just break it down and use it for building and construction, or repairing your weapons and armor. Now, I kind of covered a little bit of these other two categories that I feel that was important, which is food and plants. Now, like I said, you have ample amount of food here, fresh food that you can cook just by killing either the Brahmins or some other creatures that might be just roaming around. Also, plant-wise, like I said, there are plenty of plants around here that you can collect. You can use it to replant, of course, and start your own garden so that you can collect the food from your own camp. But there is a substantial amount here that you can start with to keep you alive sustainable. So another thing I like about Flatwoods is that it does have a lot of food and a lot of plants that you can collect to make drinks and prepare to keep you alive in Fallout 76. And of course, without any settlement or place to kind of survive, you'll need water as well. And here we have ample amounts of water that you can choose from. Now, some people will start right away, will say, oh, okay, look, we have some water pumps here. We can collect the water from it. But there's a much easier source of water that you can collect that can be a lot faster than by using the pumps. And of course, now you can see here behind me, we have some water that's available. As you can see, a lot of it's dried up, but some water is accessible here through the river that runs through Flatwoods. And the reason why camping out near a water source like this is so much easier is the fact that you can actually collect water much faster. So as you can see here, all you have to do is just come up to any water source and you can rapidly hit your X button to collect water. Now of course you are going to get rads for this, but this is so much easier than using the water pump. Now if I just hold down to drink, you have to do this each and every time to go through the animation. So that's why I say it's much nicer to be able to find a water source like this where you can just collect as much water as you can and then just go back to your camp and boil it up to make it usable for cooking purposes. So these are just some of the reasons why I think Flatwoods is a good possibility for settling down a camp and building your character. Like I said, there are plenty of things here that you can discover. Also, it is a kind of a central area that you can set up camp and still go out and do some exploring where you can return back easily and recuperate from your adventures. So I hope this video was a little bit fun for you guys to watch. This is one of the reasons why I think I like Flatwoods for the time being. You never know, I might end up somewhere else. But for now, I think as beginners who come out of Vault-76, Flatwoods is actually a very nice place to set up camp and build your character for the long haul. So this is Bernie P saying thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you liked it. It was a little bit of fun for me today to do something like this for you guys. But you can always catch me pretty much every evening on YouTube doing my live stream. And of course, I'll try to come out with some more intuitive videos like this one that'll help you along your journey in Fallout 76. With that said, thanks very much, everyone. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to join me on more adventures here in Fallout 76 World. Bye-bye for now.